Thanks for visiting us. In this segment, let's talk a little bit about pivot points. What are pivot points in golf? A pivot point is a tangent point or a pivot. So how does it relate to golf? Let's help your golf game, because I know there's a lot of you out there who have difficulty with your balance. You swing the club and you fall back on your opposite foot, or you fall on your toes, or you fall back on your heels. This is all controlled by proper pivot points. In golf, there are 2 pivot points, just like there's 2 pivot points when you walk. When you walk, you pivot in your right hip if you turn to the right, and then you go to your left hip. Come back the opposite way, you pivot in the right and go to your left. So let's relate that to golf. When I start out and address the golf ball, and when you are well balanced and you're 50-50 weight distribution between your right leg and left leg, you're actually balancing in your hip joints. It's actually in the femur joint, right in here in the leg. So in golf, there are 2 pivot points. When you take the club back, you pivot in the right side as a right-handed golfer, opposite for left-handed golfers. So as a right-handed golfer, you're going to turn and pivot your weight in your right hip or femur joint. You should be able to bounce with your right leg fairly straight, and the pivot is in this hip joint. Then you need to reverse that and go to the left side. As you rotate through, you need to definitely rotate into the left pivot point. I refer to it as a post up. A simple post up. Your leg acts as a post. It's straight, and you simply rotate, and you rotate your anatomy into that pivot point. The best golfers is the golfer who has the smoothest transition from one pivot point to the other, so that you go to the right hip and then to the left hip, and you should be able to stand on the left side pivot point. I hope this helps you, and I certainly hope that it lowers your scores.